All right, let me touch on this topic here. In regards to, man, I mean, I know I'm having a pretty good Sunday. Just came off of finishing that trail, the Nora Cutner one. Well, I did two separate, but they're both within the same park, which is Robert E. Ward. So I did the Nora Cutner one, which is straight to the other side and back, and the other one, which is the West Coyote Hills. That one got more into, it was more inside the park, like you're in the heart of that park, right? Where you see a lot of the cacti and other things, right? And a nice statue of a dog and a man. So yeah, it was all good and well, man, to start off daylight savings time. Again, the return of daylight savings time, that is. I call it the return instead of daylight savings time begins, because this to me is more the standard time than it is what most people think. Now, they can feel a certain way about it. People can feel a certain way about what I think, but I think this is the standard time because, we get 8 months of it compared to 4 months without it, right? Well, anyways, as I know, I do a hike every year on daylight savings time. What did I do last year? I think I went on a hike too. So I think that's the one in Chino Hills. That was also a good one. That one had a lot more incline than this one. This one has some incline, but it's not as intense. Yeah, for some reason my back ankle hurts. Maybe it's just because of the shoes I'm wearing. Who knows what? And maybe I just didn't stretch enough. I should stretch next time. So let me just talk about. Man. I mean, I would have to be in my dump too to talk about this, or just going out of my dump. The way the world is shifted right now, man, I'm just gonna keep it as simplistic as I could, because I never want to dive into politics. So the way I see this world has shifted. It's shifted obviously for the worse. I mean, I don't want to make it out to think that this world is going to all of a sudden turn into Armageddon or what was the movie that I saw, 2012, or The Day After Tomorrow, movies like that. I mean, but unfortunately with what we're seeing right now, especially with this current war that's happening, man, I mean, economically, this world has just taken a major hit, And right now, like what my guy Dreamers Pro has said, we expect the world to just worsen. And I don't want to dive too much into all that stuff. I mean, I've heard enough of everything, especially on the political side of things. Like I said, I'm never gonna dive into that kind of stuff. And whether I'm monetizing or not, it's just I don't ever want to talk about politics like that. So, but here's where it will, here's where I will say in regards to how will my life be shifted based on this wild turn of events that has happened since who has taken over, and obviously has only contributed for the worse in terms of what's happening since last year when it started, and up till now things are just getting worse, right? I mean, how I guess the question is like, where will my, how is it affecting my life? Well, as you know, and you know what the main concern has been, right? Finding a new job. And as you know, I have been working on, a separate resume that is mainly for all the non-graphic design jobs that I'm applying for. And I like the way that ChatGPT just, did my resume for me, because a lot of the keywords in there are more generalized towards, just marketing in general. Marketing, operations, business operations, marketing, stuff that is more generalized than it is towards a specific field. For example, graphic design. So I made that a generic one. Yes, I got Nathan to look over that resume, and right now at this point he's my go-to guy when it comes to resume improvements. So for the most part, it's Lisa liked it, but yeah, there's going to be about a couple of corrections I gotta make. But for the most part, I like the way that I'm learning a lot from ChatGPT in terms of resume suggestions or improvement suggestions, right? And that's exactly where what I'm getting at here in terms of finding non-graphic design jobs. Because the only resume I do have is a graphic design job, and right now it's with what a lot of companies need, it's it makes it tougher for people like me that only have print experience to find a graphic design job that already requires all things that are digital related, right? So I'm gonna have to do all that dirty work when it comes to studying for all the necessary skill sets that a lot of companies need, as far as like UI UX design and even all the programs adhering to the digital design. And I talked about that so much that right now at this point I rather just find a job that's not graphic design related for me to just to better my life in general, to save my life from any further disaster. And that is pretty much only my main concern, as far as like how this world is just what the world has taken a major hit, especially with the economic downturn. And so that place is, what is that place called? Place? I don't know what that is. Mind you, that's where Sioux Plantation used to be. But I'm not going to that place to try it out. I'm going to Islands for lunch. So to close this out, yeah, I don't see this world just with everything that's happening getting better anytime soon. I'm not really going to go into too much detail, but it is what it is at this point with what we're seeing. So I'm trying to find Islands. Where is that exactly? So anyways, I'm going to leave it at that, man. I think the only thing that's affecting me, let's not forget, gas prices are going to be affected as well because of the oil issue and all that. So so for me, yeah, it's just mainly concerning the job hunt and my struggle to find a new job, more so. And obviously I know that I love venture, and right now, who knows? You know, who knows how much gas will be now? You know, especially with this crazy, so many crazy things going on, especially with this war that's currently happening. So, yeah, mainly it's just that. I mean, as far as everything else, dude, I don't know. I mean, nothing else is really stopping me because I've been going out a lot. So, you know, I mean, we'll just have to see how things go, right? So, anyways, as I'm trying to find, islands. Yeah, let me just cut the tape right here, and I think it's on the other side. But yeah, dude, everything else I should be fine, but I just don't know how much longer I'll be fine, right? I mean, I just don't want anything else as far as like worldly events, you know, affecting everything else that I do, because, you know, I know nothing's gonna get pretty at this point. And we all know that. Oh, I think it's, oh, okay, it's over here. Yeah. Sorry. It's kind of paused for like 5 seconds. So yeah, I just don't want anything else to take a hit, as far as like what I do with my life and how I make the most out of it and having fun. For Christ's sake, I've been going out a lot. Now, it really should have come to that if it wasn't for that infamous January 9 incident, which will now officially reach 2 years. Excuse me, 2 years, 2 months. I'm used to saying years and not days and months. I don't know why. Okay, so as I'm trying to find parking, I'm gonna have to park like this. So yeah, man, right now it's really just as what Dreamers Pro said. You know, this nation already lost a whole ton of jobs, and you know, considering, you know, a lot of layoffs, a lot of pay cuts, a lot of, you know, everything else that we need to know with how this world has been, right? So, you know, I'm gonna leave it at that. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe.